Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my out-of-box review for the HG Iron Blood Orphans Gundam Kimaris Vidar. So yeah, this was an interesting kit. It's a very interesting design, and yeah, let's get into it. So just want to say thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store, as always, for sending me this to share with you guys and just to experience, because this kit is an experience, that's for sure. It's different. I'll just say it. I think if you don't paint and you're just building the kit just out of the box and just using the stickers, I think this is one of the worst kits that we've seen from the HG Iron Blood Orphans line so far, just in terms of just how it looks just straight out of the box without doing any painting or anything with it. In terms of like the number of stickers, there really aren't that many stickers, but the stickers that it does have aren't good, and it just doesn't seem that great. Some aspects of the design just seem like they weren't really a very good idea. I don't know. Then it's got more seam lines than the usual HG Iron Blood Orphans kit, and there's just certain aspects of the design and the colors that just really don't make sense to me. And that's just personal things. I mean, if you like the colors or you really like the design of that, I mean, I'm sure there's people who love the colors, love the design and all that, and that's just a personal thing for me that I really don't like that. But with that hate out of the way, there is a lot to like about this kit. It does have some really cool accessories and some really cool gimmicks and stuff built into it, so we won't judge it too harshly yet. Let's get a look at the kit first. So let's take a look at the articulation here. It's going to be pretty normal. I obviously, like every other Iron Blood Orphans Gundam, it's going to have really nice articulation and has the pretty much full inner frame there except for the feet. So get a look at this. I'll point out some of the stickers here for you as well. First off, starting with the head, as much as I hate the design of the head, this really huge thing at the top of this dome and these spikes at the top, this just looks kind of silly. It's very nautical, obviously, in its look. So it has a unique look to it, but I'm just not really too into it. But I do have to compliment the head on the color separation, like that white part on the chin, the purple part on the faceplate, these yellow parts on the sides. There's really good part separation going on here. The only stickers we have is obviously stickers for the eyes, which are kind of hidden. I really like the unique faceplate of this, that kind of faceplate there over the front. It actually kind of like covers the eyes a little bit. It's going to be really hard to see for you guys, I know. But I actually quite like that aspect of the design. Then we do have a sticker there for that gray part at the top, unfortunately, but that's pretty much it in terms of the stickers for that. So the head will go up to there and down to there. I have sharpened the V-fin here. The V-fin's going off to the side, the main V-fin there. Did have some safety flags on there. I just cut and sanded those down. Going to the shoulders, this has the polycap that will swing up rather than forward. So it's going to give you a range of movement up to about there, which is pretty good. And then obviously standard arm rotation there, a bend at the elbow, giving you really only about 90 degrees, more than 90 degrees I suppose, but that's a lot just due to the shape of this elbow armor. And here is where the most egregious stickers are. We have this gray sticker here on the front, and this huge purple sticker that wraps around all around this whole part of the upper arm. Now I understand basically all the Iron Blood Orphans kits have been relatively simple and relatively similar in their parts design, and just none of the HG Iron Blood Orphans kits have this where this would be a separate part. So for this kit, for them to make a separate part for that, a purple part, would be pretty unique. I really wish that they would have done that, but it's not too surprising that they didn't. They just haven't designed any of the HG Iron Blood Orphans kits really that I can think of at the moment in that way. So anyway, that's just how it goes. As for the shoulder armor though, pretty cool how they designed this with this purple part there. Seam line on the purple part, seam line on the white part as well. So seam going all the way down the center of that shoulder armor. But I like it how they designed this so that this purple circle was also poking through this white part. They could have gone with something like having just this be all white and then just this purple sticker over that. So I do appreciate that color separation. This kit is kind of weird in that way, and this is why I said I really kind of don't understand some parts of the design of this. Some parts, the color separation is really good. Like here, this white part here on the chest. That's an actual real color separation. As I mentioned before, on the head, some fantastic color separation there. On the legs, this yellow on the side of the legs, yellow for that triangle, purple for this part. That's all separate parts, and then the yellow at the top there as well. Great color separation going on there as well. We have the purple part, yellow parts, coming through on the side skirts and the back skirts. Again, that's great. Then for the front skirts, just yellow stickers there. Understandable that those are stickers. But we have really nice part separation in a lot of areas on the kit, and then we have just some really huge, horrible stickers here for these parts. So, I don't know. That's just how it is, I guess, anyway. So, the torso is going to bend there like that. Same torso as always, just bend at the top and the nice crunch forward and back, and then just ball joint at the bottom so you can move that around. This one has a little bit different design that has these kind of armor parts there kind of covering up this side of this torso section in the middle, if you can see inside there. Front skirts are connected, but you can clip those in the middle to separate them, so those can move individually. The side skirts can move up and down, not really a whole lot. I guess this is pretty alright, considering they're quite large. And then we have, like I said, nice color separation with those yellow parts there. Overall, pretty cool design for the skirt armor, I have to say. You'll notice that there's a peg there. That's for holding the sword. We'll get back to that in a moment. And then the back skirt as well, it's just fixed there, but some nice detail and nice color separation. The problem is when you see it from this side, just this big yellow mass in the middle of the back skirt, which looks terribly ugly, so definitely going to have to paint that. The same thing for the side skirts as well, but they're kind of harder to see because of the legs. But like when you're looking at the kit from the front and you're just seeing this yellow piece in there, it's just kind of disappointing. And then standard movement for the legs, just rotating there. The hip joint swings side to side like that. We're getting a nice double joint in the knee. Because of this fairly large armor on the lower leg, it's really only going to get to about there, which is slightly more than 90 degrees. As I mentioned, great color separation, whatever, here on the leg. But this leg piece is designed with a seam going all the way down, so you can see a seam going all the way down the front of this, and then down the back of this as well. So when you have a seam that's going down the middle of a part like that with a lot of detail, so this is like going through details here, details there, that's just annoying. That, what do you do? That's just the way it is, but that just makes removing the seam much more difficult than it really needs to be, and I really think they could have just designed this. Again, I just wish that they would have just designed this in a different way, made this knee part just like one piece, and then made this part for the main part of the leg a separate piece. Like that one just slides on, and you just slide the knee part onto that. I really don't think it would have been that complicated to design it that way. I don't know. I guess I'm not a model kit designer, but engineer. But I don't know. Anyway. Then the feet, just pretty normal feet here, move side to side, forward to about there. This front part does move individually on its own. Very strange shape for the feet. The back part is relatively normal, and the front part is got this really strange shape here going on up underneath the feet. Gonna have some hollow space there for that. So that's pretty much it for the articulation of the body. Now for the backpack, as you can see, these shield arms just plug onto the backpack like so. So if you wanted to use some other backpack accessories, like for example, like the short cannons from one of the option sets, like for the Gundam Floros, you could use that on this. You just plug them onto there like normal, or any of the other like Gundam backpack things. But this will just plug into there like that, and then there's just articulated all over the place. As you can see here at the end, it's just a ball joint that actually plugs onto the shield. No polycap or anything there, so just be careful. It does seem to come off fairly easily. So they can rotate and bend and rotate and just go pretty much everywhere. And this does seem to be falling off quite easily, so that's kind of annoying. Well, I've got that off. I might as well just talk about the shield separately. The sticker there looks pretty good. It blends relatively seamlessly. In the back, some nice detail there. Very hollow here for the back of the shield, though. This does extend just by pulling that off and then just replacing that. So it doesn't actually move. You just have to pull the part off and then just place it again there. And this is the extended form of the shield. And then that bullet is inside there. Now how you get that out, as you can see, it's just kind of in there. When this is out, you can see it's there, and you just kind of have to poke it through, and that will push it out the front, and then you can pull that out and then mount it into the huge lance. So why don't we get to the accessories, and then I can show you that. So we've got this sword. As I mentioned in the unboxing, not really too much of a fan of this sword. I would have preferred if it was just kind of like a straight sword, straight katana, more similar to the Gundam Barbatos's katana used before. The curvature of this one is just not really to my particular taste, but that hole in there, you can then use that to plug that onto the inside of the side skirt, which I guess it works better if you take the side skirt off the Gundam first, connect that on, and then put the side skirt back onto the Gundam, and then it's going to look like that. Then we've got the drill knee. Just looks like a exactly like a drill bit. You only have one of these, but this can plug into either one of the knees, so that just plugs into the knee like so. And there you go, you've got your drill knee. A very, very unique weapon. And then we have its main weapon, which is the drill lance. So this is just made up of just two main parts for the body, one part for the handle, and then one yellow piece that goes inside there. Then we do also have a separate holding hand for this. This holding hand just has the thumb extended there, so it'll just give you a little bit better support when you're holding on to the handle. The handle doesn't have any sort of peg on there for actually plugging into the hand. I think that would have been beneficial if it did, because as it is, the hand will just slide on there kind of wherever you want. Very easy to put this on though. You don't have to actually take the hand apart, which is nice. You just take the handle off, slide that through, and then put that back. And then there you go, now your hand is on there. Now, as for loading the bullets, they load through these ones here, and they can just poke through that. So pretty nice in terms of the accessories. We have some good options. Not quite as good as the Kimaris, I think. I preferred the accessories of the Kimaris, but these are, you know, the lance and the sword is pretty standard for the different versions of the Kimaris had like that. The addition of the drill knee is kind of unique. So if you guys watch a lot of my reviews, as you may notice, there will sometimes be a kit where I don't really particularly like the way that a kit looks, but after building the kit and after getting a chance to like pose the kit and things like that, I can kind of see more of the potential in the kit, and that maybe I don't like how it looks like just snapped up out of the box, but I like the kit enough to then know, like after getting a chance to work with it, that it is something that I would actually like to just maybe just try some new colors or a few basic modifications, and then I'll like the kit a lot more. And this one, still not quite entirely convinced that this is one of those, but like a good example would be, for example, the Luna Gazer Gundam. I didn't like the look of that kit at all before it came out. Ended up liking the kit quite a bit, actually, once I started working with it and realizing that after painting it, I'm gonna like it a lot more. This one, I think definitely some new colors will help a lot for this one, because I just really don't like the two-tone with the just really dark, almost black, even though they're kind of supposed to be black, I guess, but on this kit they're just really dark brown. That really dark legs, and then the just kind of regular off-white and light purple color there for the top, really standard Kimaris colors. But I think for me, one thing that will help quite a lot is giving this a more just unified color scheme. One thing I wanted to demonstrate in this pose is something that I like about this kit, is that the sub-arms that hold those shields are great, in that the fact that they are very articulated and you can move the shield pretty much everywhere you want, and they're long enough that you can move the shields everywhere you want, even to very far in front of the Gundam and things like that. So those sub-arms that hold the shields are really, really useful in this case, which is great. The thing, like, if we think about them like realistically, they're relatively tiny, and it's kind of hard to believe that they would have much stopping force without those arms just collapsing. But I won't really get into that, because I have no idea what the technical specs of this mobile suit and things like that are. So anyway, but I do like that about this kit, and here you can see holding that giant drill lance. As large as it is able to sort of hold it up kind of in this pose. This is not really holding it up all that much, but the arm isn't sagging too much down. One thing I was worried about is just that the ball joint there where the arm plugs into the side of the torso. It would be very easy for the arm to just sag down there, and I've sort of got it balanced now that it's not doing that, but that is something I would be a little bit concerned about with this kit. And just to start wrapping up this review here, if there's one more small little complaint that I can make about the way that this kit looks just straight out of the box, is that the color is wrong. The purplish color is definitely more bluish on the kit when it's supposed to be just purple. So not only is the black parts that are supposed to be black, they're dark brown, but the parts that are supposed to be purple are like a slightly purplish blue color. So just in terms of accuracy of the color of this kit, it's just not accurate. So that's also a little bit unfortunate, I think. So that's just too bad, because we all love purple mobile suits, right? Or mobile suits with some purple is not all that common. Luckily, it has been a little bit more common in Iron Blood Orphans, but in this case, this is definitely not purple. So just another small complaint there. But I think, so ultimately my conclusion is, if you like the way this looks, then go for it. But if you don't paint and you're kind of on the fence about it, I would say maybe just pass on this one. For me, this is definitely something, this is a kit that I would not enjoy that much just as it is now. I would definitely want to paint this kit. So hopefully I can find the time to get around to doing that someday. In the meantime, I'll just hang on to it. It'll just kind of hang out here, I guess, for a while. That's pretty much it for this review, guys. It's a cool kit with some cool gimmicks, cool weapons, all of that. It has a really unique look, which I can appreciate. The articulation and everything all works really well. It just has some things that I think set it back a little bit for me compared to other Iron Blood Orphans kits. So take that as you will. If you do have any other questions or comments, you can leave those down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!